All right, we're back. We've got it fixed now. So while these things are being done with all our men busy, right, the remaining ones who were in the fields left. Okay, then we have, right, storms followed for many continuous days, right? Tempestates has to be the subject of Sukutai Sun because AE is found. Storms followed for many continuous days, which were containing our men in the camps, which both were containing our men in camps, and were prohibiting the enemy from fighting. Meanwhile, the barbarians, I need a verb now, demisserate, sent messengers to all parts, and I need a verb now, pridikawerad, and predicted or showed, right, the fewness of our soldiers to their men, and how much facultas, quanta and facultas both nominative, how much opportunity of making plunder and of freeing themselves forever was given if they had expelled the Romans from their camps. Okay, so here we've got some gerunds going off of facultas. And they showed, sorry, this should have been up here with quanta. They showed how much opportunity of making plunder and freeing themselves forever was given if they had expelled the Romans from their camps. From these things, quickly, right, with a great multitude of foot soldiers and cavalrymen, of infantry and cavalrymen having been gathered, they came to the camps. And he us here, we said from these things, we can actually do this like by these means. So by these means, quickly, with a great multitude of infantry and cavalry gathered, they came to the camps. 35. So the barbarians are attacking. Caesar, right? Although, give me 1 second, let me make sure that this is all here. I think it is. I think we're all right. Caesar, right? Although he saw, and this is a very tough part, so although he saw that the idem, the same thing, which had happened on earlier days, would happen. Remember, 4a is futurum esse, right? So Caesar, although he saw that the same thing which had happened on earlier days would happen, right? Namely that, okay, what we have here is a clause that's going to explain a little bit more. So this is actually going to be a result clause, even though we don't have a talte tam. Namely that if the enemy had been defeated, they would flee danger with speed. However, having found around 30 horsemen, nor nari noctis can mean to find. This is a deponent. So, however, having found around 30 horsemen, which comius the atrabatan, right, about whom it was mentioned before. But remember, we also said we could say about whom I had spoken before when we had these dictum s, these neuter perfect passives, right? About whom it was spoken before, had transported with him. He stopped, or he stopped his legions, or he set up his legions in a battle line in front of the camps. Okay? With the battle commisso, with the battle begun, right? The hostes, the enemy, were not able to bear the attack of our soldiers any longer, or for a longer time, for a rather long time. There's your comparative adverb there, right? From du to dius. and they retreated, where to run to Terga. They literally turned their backs. But this, like retullerunt pedem earlier, is an idiom for retreat, right? This next part is kind of tough. You have to go off the tanto and the, is there a, oh, no, maybe you don't. Okay. Oh, in the quantum, tantum quantum, as much as. That's how this works, okay? So what you're going to then do is you're going to say, right, having followed, and we're talking about Caesar's men here. So having followed them for as long a span as, that's how tanto quantum works, as long as, for as long a span as they were able to make with running and strength, or with their course and their strength, they killed many of them. So the idea is the difference between the two battles that we've seen with the Britons is this time Caesar was able to pursue them, right? Then, with all of their towns, edifices, with all their buildings, far and wide burned, they returned themselves to the camps. Okay? So they razed the city. All right. And then 36, the last line, right? Only one line of 36. On the same day, legates or envoys sent by the enemy came to Caesar for peace. All right. Hope that helps.